Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a skincare collection and declutter. So my skincare has gotten out of control. As you can tell, I have this huge bucket here and this is really embarrassing, but this is what my sink looked like earlier this morning before I gathered all this up. I have a little rotating shelf thing that I have on my sink where I usually keep my skincare, and it doesn't even fit in that anymore, so it's just kind of spilling out all over the counter and it's annoying me. It's driving my husband crazy. So I just need to get this cleaned up and get things a little bit more under control. And my goal is just to get everything to fit in that rotating storage unit. So I'm gonna go through every category starting with cleansers. I'm gonna weed out as much as I absolutely can, and at the end of the video I'll go through the steps that I would use the products in just really briefly, because I always get a lot of questions on that. And a lot of these products you may have already seen in previous skincare videos. Some of them are going to be new to you that I've gotten more recently. I would say most of this, probably 75%, I purchased myself and the rest is PR. So I know you guys always see me buying makeup all the time, but I buy just as much skincare because it's another one of my passions and I'm always wanting to try the newest things. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and I'm just going to pull out all the cleansers and we'll see what we can get rid of. All right, guys, so I have 7 cleansers total, and there are only 2 that I reach for on a regular basis. So those are the La Roche-Posay Gentle Foaming Cleansing Oil and the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Soft Cleansing Gel. So the others I bought because I wanted to try them, but I didn't end up liking them for one reason or another. So I guess I'll kind of go through those really quick, and then I'll talk about why I like these 2 the most. So the first one I got is the Laneige Cream Skin Milk Oil Cleanser. This sounded really good. I love their cream skin toner, so I was excited to try this, but unfortunately, like a lot of other cleansing oil type products, it ends up leaving a residue on my skin, and I am so lazy at night when it comes to taking off makeup. I want to do it the quickest I possibly can, and I don't have time to do a double cleanse, which I really felt like I had to do with this because it left that greasy, oily film behind. It did remove makeup pretty well, and it was very gentle on my skin, but if it's a choice between this and my La Roche-Posay cleanser, which is only a 1-step, I pick this one every time because this just seems like too much work when it's late and I want to go to sleep. So I'm going to put this one off to the side. Another cleansing oil that I got is this one from Dalba, and this is their White Truffle Return Oil Cream Cleanser. So this one, I actually really like the texture of a lot. It's not a greasy cleansing oil. It has more of a creamy, sort of fluffy, whipped texture. I really like it, and it does actually rinse away clean. My issue with this is that the fragrance in here is very strong, and I'm normally not somebody who is affected by fragrance in skincare, but I try not to use it too much if I don't have to. So while I do really love the texture of this, and I think it is good at removing makeup, again, I would always kind of default back to the La Roche-Posay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one to the side as well. Yet another cleansing oil is this one from Beauty of Joseon. They're another brand that I love their formulas. I love their products. Their sunscreen is amazing. I'm going to show you some other things from them that I do like. But this ginseng cleansing oil, first of all, the scent is... it smells like ginseng. It's very spicy and kind of herbal. It's not really my thing. And also, just like the Laneige Cream Skin, it's very oily and greasy and it leaves a residue, and it forces me to do a double cleanse when I wear this one. So this is definitely not my favorite cleansing oil either, and I'm gonna just put this one in the declutter. Next up, these 2 are exfoliating cleansers, and I actually do use these on occasion, but having really dry skin, I try not to over exfoliate just because it can be a little bit too much. It breaks down that barrier. So I usually use these once a week, if that. Usually if I'm reaching for an exfoliating cleanser, it's because maybe my skin is feeling kind of rough or my makeup isn't sitting quite as well. And then I'll realize, okay, I might have some dead skin sitting on top that I need to get rid of. So this one's from Doll 10. This is their Doll Skin Genius Daily Dissolve Clay Cleanser with reishi mushroom. And this is the Clarins 1-Step Gentle Exfoliating Cleanser. So both of these I did get as, in PR packages. The Doll 10 one is not scented. The Clarins actually has a very strong fragrance. It kind of smells like orange or citrus to me. It actually smells really good. It's kind of refreshing, but again, I don't love scented products, so I would prefer if this was unscented, but it doesn't really bother my skin either way. So the Doll 10 one, I just want to quickly show you the texture, is kind of a thick, creamy foam, and it has these little teeny tiny exfoliating bits in there. So it's a very, very fine exfoliant. It's nothing too harsh that's going to really irritate your skin. I don't even know if you can see the little gritty bits in this, but it's just very, very slight, but it does make my skin feel super soft and like squeaky clean afterwards. So I do like using this every once in a while. And the Clarins One Step Exfoliating Cleanser, I just want to show you what this looks like. It's more of like a jelly kind of a texture. So you can see it has the little micro beads in it, and it also, I think, is pretty much the same level of exfoliation as the Doll 10. It's very gentle. It's not a super harsh scrub. I recently started using tretinoin again after a couple years of not using it, and I've heard, I'm not sure if this is true, I'm not stating this as a fact, but I've heard that you really shouldn't try to exfoliate your skin too much when you're on tretinoin, because there's so much cell turnover with that already that it's just not necessary to use an exfoliant. I know that retinol doesn't exfoliate, they're two different things, but I don't know, I read that it can be too much for your skin. So you guys will have to let me know if you use tretinoin, if you still use an exfoliating product or if you don't. But in any case, I think I will just hang on to the Doll 10 one in case I need it. I think this is my favorite out of the two, and I'm gonna declutter the Clarins. So let's just quickly talk about these two. These are my absolute favorite cleansers that I've been using for months and months now. The La Roche-Posay Lipikar AP Gentle Foaming Cleansing Oil is just such an amazing product. First of all, this bottle is huge. It lasts a really long time. Mine is down to the very bottom. I actually almost need a new bottle at this point, but you're getting 13.5 fluid ounces in here. So I've had this for a year. I mean, it was last summer when I bought it and I'm still using it. So it's amazing. It says you can use it on your face or body. So if you're using it for your body, it's gonna obviously be used up quicker. But so like I said before, this is amazing because it's a cleansing oil, but it foams up a little bit. It's not dry or stripping at all. I have really dry skin and this does not dry it out. But at the same time, it rinses away perfectly clean and it doesn't leave that oily film behind. So I just cleanse with this, dry my face, and then move on. I don't have to do 2 cleanses. And then in the morning, I like to use this one from Haru Haru Wonder. It's their Black Rice Moisture 5.5 Soft Cleansing Gel. This is also unscented and it is so gentle. It has this really soft jelly texture that is just like, it almost feels like clouds. Like when you're putting it on your skin, it's so light and so refreshing. And I use this in the morning. So this is like to take off my makeup at night. This is the one I use during the day. I know you don't have to wash your face again in the morning as long as you cleansed well the night before. But when I get in the shower, I usually just, I don't know, I need something to kind of wake up my face a little bit. And I just wash off the skincare from the night before so that I can reapply new stuff in the morning. And this is perfect. It is so gentle that it almost feels like you're just using water. And I find that it doesn't strip my skin at all. It's not the greatest at removing makeup though, which is why I use it more just during the daytime. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep these 3 cleansers and I'm going to declutter the other 4. All right, guys, moving on to toner. I have 16 toners here, which is absolutely ridiculous. I know I'm not going to keep all of these, but I'm kind of a toner junkie, and the reason that I love toner so much is, and I did a video about this a while back now, but having dry skin, I discovered that toner is really the secret to keeping my skin hydrated all day long. In the past, I used to just wash my face, use a serum, use a moisturizer, and I would always use a really thick, heavy moisturizer. Yet for some reason, my skin would always dry out throughout the course of the day, no matter what kind of rich moisturizer I used. So once I discovered hydrating toners, it was a game changer. And especially once I discovered this Korean method of applying toner in layers. So instead of just putting some on, patting it into your skin, and that's it, I'll usually take a toner and I'll put some in my hand, rub it together, pat it on my skin, then I'll let it kind of absorb for a minute. Then I'll put another layer and another layer. In the winter, sometimes I do like 3 or 4 layers. In the summer, I usually do just 2 maybe, that's it. But using these really light layers, I always like to liken it to a plant. Like if you have a house plant, I have some downstairs, you pour some water in, the dirt gets a little bit wet, right? But you want to pour it in until that dirt is fully saturated. And it's the same thing. You want to fully saturate your skin with moisture until it can't hold anymore. And that's the way I like to do it. And ever since I've done that, my skin never dries out. So I constantly buy different toners just to try them out. Some of these are actually exfoliating toners, some are just hydrating. So we're gonna go through them, and I'm gonna, I guess, take out the ones that I know I'm gonna declutter right away, and then I'll kind of talk my way through the rest. So there are definitely 2 I see here that I want to eliminate right away, not because they're bad, but just because they're very old. So this is the CeraVe Hydrating Toner for normal to dry skin, and this is the Versed Baby Cheeks All-in-One Hydrating Milk. Both of these are drugstore options. They're both very affordable. So if you are on a drugstore budget, I think these are 2 of the best hydrating toners I've ever tried. The CeraVe actually has ceramides in it to help repair your skin's barrier. It's fragrance free and it's also alcohol free. And this one is also alcohol free. This is the Baby Cheeks All-in-One Hydrating Milk. And you can see like whatever's in here is kind of separating. I've had this for a long time now, so I just don't think it's good anymore. But this is a slightly heavier weight, milky toner. It has glycerin in it. It has coconut water. It's just extremely hydrating. So either one of these I think is awesome, and I would definitely repurchase them again because I enjoyed them both. Another one that I think I'm going to declutter and probably just give to a relative because it's hardly used at all is the Pink Drink Firming Resurfacing Essence from Sunday Riley. So I got this at Ulta. I think it was the last Ulta sale. It was 50% off and I thought I would try it. Honestly, I don't really know that I saw any of the benefits that it says that it has. It says that it's firming. It's supposed to resurface your skin. I didn't really notice anything happening when I used this. And in addition to that, the sprayer is so strong. Like when you spray this on your skin, you feel like you're getting smacked in the face. Like it's so harsh. And I found myself cringing every time I went to spray this on. It was just too much. So I think I'm just going to gift this to someone. It's almost all the way full and I barely used it, but maybe someone else would like it. All right, what else can I eliminate? I'm thinking maybe these Pixi toners. I think Pixi skincare is okay. There are definitely some things that I really like. I love their rose ceramide cream. That's one of my favorites. This is the rose tonic. It has rose and elderflower, and this is their antioxidant tonic with blueberry and birch water. I know birch is something that's used a lot in Korean skincare as well. Pixi sent these to me in PR, so they weren't something that I like went out and purchased myself. And I mean, if I'm being honest, that's probably why I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them, just because all of the other things that I have here are things that I sought out and purchased for a reason. And while these are nice and I have no problems with them, I thought that they were really moisturizing the few times that I used them. I didn't feel like they made such a huge difference, like they were life-changing or there was any reason to keep them over the ones that I purchased myself. So again, I think I'm just going to go ahead and donate these to friends and family because they're literally almost full to the top. So I'm just going to put these over here. All right, so I have 11 toners left, which is still, I feel, too much, but at the same time, this is going to be really difficult because I like all of these. So I kind of separated them out into spray toners. These are just like hydrating toners, and then these are exfoliants. So out of the hydrating ones, the one that I probably use the most is the Haru Haru. This is the Black Rice Hydrating Toner. It's the first essence for sensitive skin. It's free of alcohol and fragrance. It is just really hydrating. Like, it's a huge bottle. How many ounces is this? I'm just curious. 10 ounces. So again, it's something that I've had for months now, and I'm about down to here, so almost halfway at this point. But I just love this. I love how gentle it is. It's a slightly thicker weight toner, and it just hydrates my skin so nicely. It just plumps everything up. Like you can see when I put this on my hand, it just kind of instantly looks a little bit better, a little bit plumper and dewier. I love it, but then again, All of these others are wonderful too. The Heartleaf Toner, 77%, is also super nice. These are K-Beauty brands, by the way, and I get most of my K-Beauty on iHerb because they're based in the United States, and the shipping from iHerb is very, very fast, and everything on there is completely authentic. When you order from Amazon, which I have done in the past, if iHerb doesn't have something that I want, you're always taking a risk because they have a lot of third-party sellers on there and there are some fakes. So if I can get something from iHerb, that's usually where I go. I know Yes Style does have all of these brands as well, but it sometimes takes a little bit longer to get products from them, at least a week to 10 days. And while they can be a little bit cheaper over on Yes Style, it's usually only like $1 or $2. So for me, I prefer to just buy it from iHerb when I can. So anyway, the Heartleaf Toner is just supposed to be a very soothing toner. It's supposed to minimize irritated skin, red skin. It's supposed to deliver moisture. I think this Heartleaf ingredient, yeah, it's at 77% of the formula. So that's the first number one ingredient. So I think I'm probably just going to hang on to this because I just got it very recently. It's almost all the way to the top. I want to just keep using it and see how I like it over time. Same thing with the Tier Milk Skin Toner. I just got this a couple of weeks ago and I've really been enjoying it a lot. I use this on days when my skin just feels a little bit drier because it's I find, a little more moisturizing than the Haru Haru. Not much, but I think it's just slightly. It has that little bit of creaminess in there as well, like the Laneige Cream Skin Toner, but this one is more affordable. So I've really been loving this so far. And then we have the Klairs Supple Preparation Toner. I have the unscented one. They do make a scented version as well. And this one too, I mean, it's kind of a heavier weight toner. I just want to show you. It reminds me a lot of the Haru Haru one, and I've been using the Klairs for years now, and I've repurchased this at least 3 times, I would say. It just has a really nice viscosity to it. It has a lot of slip, and it just really feels like it's plumping up my skin so well. It's just very deeply hydrating. I love this one too. I feel like I can't get rid of any of these. I think I just need to make a promise to myself that I'm not gonna buy any more toner until I get through at least one of these bottles. I also have 4 spray toners as well, and I love these just for those quick and easy days. You just shake them, spray them on your skin, and go. So I have this one first from CosRX. This is their Comfort Ceramide Cream Mist. It has 6 ceramides in it. So kind of similar to the CeraVe one. It also has glycerin and it's another milky toner. I feel like it is super hydrating. I love the mist on it. It's a really nice fine mist. You can't even really see it coming out of the bottle. It just feels really nice when you're putting it on your skin. I tend to use my spray toners more at night, again, when I'm in a hurry and I just want to like spritz something on my face really fast. So I love that one. Also, this one's from Beekman 1802. I've actually used this one a lot. You can see it's like down to almost the bottom here. And this is a dual phase formula. So it has a little bit of, I think, like an oil layer. It has hyaluronic acid and squalane. You're just supposed to shake it up before you spray it on. It also just makes my skin feel really good. So, I mean, this is almost gone. I'm just gonna probably keep this one, use it up, and then I'll be down to 3 pretty soon, probably within another couple of weeks. So I'm gonna keep this. I really love their products, and I would say this is probably my favorite out of all of the Beekman products. I think it just makes my skin feel so nice and hydrated. And then I have these 2 from Dalba. So this is their aromatic spray serum, and then this is the first spray serum. So I originally purchased this one because I thought I was purchasing this one. I think this is the one that's going viral, that's all over the place. And I ended up purchasing the wrong one. I think I got it on Amazon originally, and then Dalba actually sent this to me in PR. So I feel like I don't need both of these because they pretty much feel the same. This one says that it hydrates and nourishes the skin, and this one says it hydrates and gives radiant skin. So again, I don't really notice a difference between the 2. They kind of both smell similar. They both are the dual phase that you have to shake up. I really don't feel like one is more hydrating than the other. So I don't know. I'll probably just keep the first spray serum and just declutter the aromatic one because, like I said, I don't really need both. And actually, I brought the first spray serum on vacation with me because I felt like this was a really travel-friendly bottle. It's plastic and it's not that big, so I felt like this fit really nicely into my travel bag. So I'm probably going to do that again for the next vacation that I go on. And then the last three that I have are exfoliating toners. So this first one is from Naturium, and this is their BHA Liquid Exfoliant 2%. So this is kind of like a dupe of the Paula's Choice BHA toner. It has 2% salicylic acid, and it also has fruit acids as well. Now, BHA is not something that I use often because my skin is very dry, and I feel like I don't really need it because BHAs are something that goes down in your pores, like to clean out the pores. And my pores are pretty small and they don't normally get clogged with gunk. I think that's really what BHA is like the best for. Having dry skin, I don't usually need my exfoliant to go that deep. I usually need something to exfoliate the top layers that, you know, have like the flakes and stuff that are making my makeup not sit well. So a BHA is something that I use very infrequently, but I do every once in a while use it because it makes my skin feel so buttery smooth when I'm done. So this is something that I'll keep on hand just for those rare occasions. It's like maybe once a month I'll use it, maybe twice a month, if that. Any more often, and I feel like it starts to make my skin feel dry. I used to use it more frequently and I learned really quick that I probably shouldn't. So I guess I'll keep this on hand just for those times when I really want to give my pores like a thorough degunking, but otherwise, you know, I don't use it that much. And then I have two really, really gentle exfoliating toners. And I know I was just talking about being on tretinoin again and not wanting to use a lot of exfoliants, but these are super, super gentle. So the first one is from Numbuzen. This is their number 4 Hydrating Glow Mineral Toner. So this one I believe has PHA, again, a little bit more gentle than alpha or beta hydroxy, and it also has mineral water as the first ingredient. So I really, really like this. When I use it, I feel like it just makes my skin look super smooth right away and feel really smooth, and it just helps to give me that really smooth canvas for makeup. So I'm definitely going to hang on to this. And I also just got this one from The Ordinary, which is basically very similar. This is their Saccharomyces Ferment 30% Milky Toner. So this actually isn't supposed to have any acids in it at all. It's a non-acid toner meant for dry skin. Again, it has that milky texture, yet it's still supposed to exfoliate. I just got this right before I went on my no-buy at the end of June. So again, I want to keep it because it's new. I hardly have had a chance to use it yet, but so far I really like it. So I'm down to 10 toners. I'm going to keep it at that. And going forward, I'm really going to try to make sure that I don't buy any new skincare until I've used something up. So like if I use this up, then I can buy another toner to replace it if I want to. All right, moving on to serum. I have 23 serums here. So definitely way too many, more than I would ever use. So I think maybe the best way to figure out what I want to keep is to group them by their function and what they do. So I am going to just do that quickly and I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and grouped everything. I have like my peptide serums here. This is an exfoliating serum, vitamin C. These are supposed to be firming serums. This is my tretinoin, and then these are hydrating serums. So I guess we'll start with the tretinoin. This is the one that obviously I'm going to keep and I'm going to continue to use. I just started using this about 2 weeks ago, so it's kind of too early for me to see any kind of results from it yet, but I just want to show you the back. This is my prescription. So I have tretinoin at 0.015%. It's like a really kind of like a starter dose. Then I have azelaic acid at 5%. I have tranexamic acid at 5%, niacinamide at 4%. So not only do I have the tretinoin, but also I have things to fade discoloration, dark spots, that kind of thing. So I'm definitely going to be using this, but it kind of affects then, do I need other things for dark spots. Let me just put this to the side. I'm keeping that for sure. So first of all, I think for now, I'm going to keep the Peach and Lily Power Cocktail Lactic Acid Repair Serum. This is kind of similar to Sunday Riley's Good Genes. It's a little bit less expensive. It's not by much, but I think this is in the 50 something dollar range and Good Genes is like 80 something, so it's a little bit better. And I actually got this during the Ulta sale, I think when it was 50% off. So I got a really good deal on it. And again, I'm gonna have to do some research and see if I can still use products like this while on tretinoin or not. But until I have a firm answer on that, I'm going to just go ahead and keep this because it makes my skin feel baby smooth when I use this at night and I wake up in the morning. I really like it. So I'm going to put this in the keep pile. When it comes to like vitamin C and lightening serums, I have 3 of them. So I have this one from Beauty of Joseon, which again, I really like. I'm about halfway through this bottle, and this is their rice and alpha arbutin glow deep serum. So again, really love this. The bottle is teeny tiny, but you only need like a drop or 2. Even though I do like this, because I have this prescription from agency, I don't know if I need anything else to fade my dark spots at this point, and it's taking up room. So I may go ahead and put this in the declutter pile, but I definitely recommend it if you're interested in something that has the alpha arbutin in it. I think it's really good. I also just got this serum from Kopari. This is the Star Bright Vitamin C Discoloration Correcting Serum. Again, I think it's probably going to be really good. I love Kopari's skincare. This actually has vitamin C, niacinamide, and tranexamic acid, which the niacinamide and tranexamic acid are in my prescription already, so I really probably don't need this. But I'm thinking to use it up, I might be able to just go ahead and use this on my body. I do have some areas of discoloration that I could probably use this on, so I may go ahead and just do that. I think I'm going to keep it. And then this vitamin C serum from Matter of Fact is 20% L-ascorbic acid. It also has ferulic acid. And I actually heard that it's a myth that you can't use vitamin C and retinols together. They said, in fact, vitamin C can help your retinol to even work better if you apply it before. So I think I'm going to keep this. I've really been enjoying this serum a lot. Even though it's L-ascorbic acid and that can break down really easily, there is no light getting into this bottle at all. It's really, really secure. And the serum is such a nice texture. It's incredibly hydrating and it feels almost like an oil on the skin. It is just so deeply nourishing if you're dry, and I've found that it kind of mitigates all of the side effects that you would normally get from a vitamin C. I haven't had any irritation or issues with this at all. It is very, very expensive. I believe they sell it at Sephora, but I just love the packaging that it comes in and that the vitamin C just stays very, very stable in here. So I feel like I'm getting the most out of my money with this, and it's not breaking down or going bad before I can actually use it. So I'm going to keep this. Okay, next let's move on to peptide and anti-aging serums. So there's 2 that I see right here that I'm going to get rid of immediately. The first one is this one from Misha. It's their Time Revolution Night Repair Ampule 5X. So this, the only reason I really didn't like it is because it is so heavily fragranced. Again, it's not something that really was irritating my skin. I just don't like really fragranced skincare. So as a result, I didn't really use this all that much. Also, the Naturium Multipeptide Advanced Serum. This is something that I don't know why it broke me out. And same thing with their multipeptide moisturizer. I got these at Target. They sounded like they were going to be really good. And I noticed that my skin was so irritated when I wore both of these products. So I'm surprised I even hung on to it this long, but I was hoping that maybe I could try it again at another time and my skin wasn't going to react. I don't know. It was kind of silly, but I think it's time to definitely let this one go. All right, I have 4 left. I would say the one that I probably don't use the most out of these 4 is the Cetaphil Healthy Renew Face Serum. So this also has peptides in it. And this, when I first used it, it actually makes your skin feel kind of tight when you put it on. It's almost like an instant firming effect. So I did think that was really cool, but for some strange reason, I never went back to it, and I don't know why. I feel like I should keep trying it and give it another go because I hardly used it. I always love to find drugstore options that are really good, so I feel like I want to give this one a bit of a longer test. I also love this Claire's Midnight Blue Youth Activating Drop. This has growth factors and it also has tons of peptides in it, and I've just been really loving this. I would say I'm like halfway done with the bottle. You really only need one tiny little drop, and this is super thin, so I normally would use this right after my toner. I usually like to apply my skincare products going from the thinnest texture to the thickest. So I'll use toner and then put this on right over it. And it's almost like a toner. It's so watery, and it's something that I can layer underneath my other serums, and it doesn't feel like I'm putting too many heavy things on my face. So love this. I think it's awesome. These last two, I'm kind of torn. I really don't know. I got sent this in PR from Clarins. This is their double serum. Very famous product, been around a long time, and I have used it in the past. I do like it. It's pretty heavily fragranced, so I don't love that about it, but I like how it almost has like an oil feeling to it. It's really, really hydrating and nourishing when I put it on my skin. But at the same time, I don't use it as much as some of my other serums as well. I don't know. I really don't know if I need to keep this one. It's almost a full bottle, so I may just go ahead and gift this to someone. I also have this peptide booster from CosRx. This has hyaluronic acid, it has amino acids, and it has tons of peptides that are supposed to be collagen boosting, plumping, smoothing fine lines, reducing skin sensitivity. It's supposed to brighten your skin. It's supposed to do, I think, 6 different things. This is another one I really haven't used very much. It's right near the top. I got it recently, so I think I'm gonna hold on to this and just keep using it and see what I think. It's also another one kind of like the Claire's that is very thin, almost like a toner. So it's something that I would put on right after toner, and then I can apply thicker serums after this one. So I think I'm going to keep this one as well. Moving on to firming serums. I have 4 of them here. This one I only put in here because it says that it's firming, but I haven't really used this yet. This is from Dalba, and they sent this to me in PR. It's their double layer revitalizing serum. It has white truffle, and it says that it's extra firming and it gives your skin radiance. So like I said, I just got this. I have no idea how it's actually going to perform. So let me just show you the texture. Again, super thin for a serum, almost watery. It does have a little bit of a perfumey scent, which I don't love, but I'm gonna just try it because I haven't used this yet, so I want to see what it's all about. It definitely looks like it's giving my skin a ton of glow, which is really nice, so hopefully this will be something that I'll really enjoy. These 3 I've been using a ton right here. So Numbuzin has become one of my favorite K-beauty skincare brands. I have so many of their products now. You saw their exfoliating toner that I have, so I really like that. These are their number 9 serum, which is the secret firming serum, and then the number 4, which is the collagen pudding at 73%. So the collagen pudding serum, they've supposedly broken the collagen molecule down small enough to actually penetrate the skin. Normally collagen molecules are way too big. These are supposed to be like extra tiny. I don't know how true that is, but I've been using this now for a while, and I do really feel like my skin is looking a lot plumper and a lot better lately. And also the secret firming serum really does seem to give my skin that little bit of a tighter feeling when I use it. So I don't know, I've just been using these every single day and really liking them a lot. So I'm definitely going to keep them. And I also just got this firming serum from In Beauty Project. It's their firming and plumping serum with copper peptides, vegan growth factors, and phytomucin. So the vegan snail mucin is actually derived from wild yam, and it's supposed to hydrate and plump your skin. And also the copper peptides are supposed to help reduce wrinkles. So I often use these together. I'll put the collagen pudding first and then the elastic skin on top. Or sometimes at night, like I'll use the secret firming and then I'll use this. and just the combination has been really great. So I'm definitely keeping that one as well. All right, then last but not least, I have my hydrating serums. So I definitely don't need all of these. I tend to use them more, I think, in the wintertime than I have been now. I really haven't been using many of these lately, but there's a few I know I can get rid of just because of age. So we have the Beekman 1802 Milk Drops. This is a probiotic ceramide serum, and this, I feel like it's kind of gone off because it just smells a little weird. I don't know if it's the probiotics or if I've just had it for too long, but something's changed about it. And usually if something changes in a formula, it doesn't mean anything good. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the declutter. And also the Cocoa Kind Ceramide Barrier Serum. This bottle's almost gone. This is actually a really, really nice hydrating serum. I bought this last fall and I showed it in a video and I really like it. It actually reminds me of something like the Laneige Cream Skin Toner because it's just like that milky texture. It's super hydrating and it's just really affordable. So if you're looking for a great barrier support serum that's affordable, definitely check this out. I think it's really good. It's just time for me to get rid of this though. I think it's past its shelf life. Also, something that I have that's really similar to that is from The Ordinary. This is their Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. So this is the pink serum that you've probably seen going viral on TikTok. It kind of reminds me of Pepto-Bismol though, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a really beautiful serum. Again, very thin, easy to layer up with other serums if you want to. Like I said before, I was using these serums a lot more in the wintertime, and now that it's summer and it's been so humid outside, my skin really doesn't need as much hydration, and I feel like the more layers I put on my skin, the more it just starts to feel kind of sticky. So I feel like it's just not the right time of year to use this product, but in a couple more months in the fall, I'm definitely going to want it again. So I'm going to hang on to this one. Another hydrating serum I just got very recently is the Tier Ceramic Milk Ampule. So this is supposed to give glow, moisture, and be nourishing. And I also have really been enjoying this too. It has a nice texture. It's, again, that milky type of feel. But I think what's different about this one is it almost feels like a face oil when you're putting it on. It is, I don't want to say greasy. It's not greasy, but it might feel greasy to those who have oily skin. To me, with dry skin, it just feels really good, very nourishing, but it's definitely on the richer side. So I wouldn't get this one unless you're really dry, but I think it's one of the most nourishing out of all of these hydrating toners that I have. So I think I'm going to keep this one for now. It's going to be great in the wintertime. All right, so we're down to the last few. I see a few here that I definitely need to keep. The first one is the COSRX Snail Mucin Power Essence. Love this stuff so much. This has made such a difference in my skin. This is my second or third bottle now, and I'm halfway through this, so it's going to be gone pretty soon. But I just love what a difference this has made in my skin, and those of you who also use this, every time I talk about it, you say the same thing. It not only makes your skin feel smoother, but it looks smoother. Like, it's a visible difference, and not a lot of skincare products actually do that right away. There's a reason that this has such a huge following and it's a bestseller from COSRX. It's just awesome. So I'm definitely keeping this one. Also, again from Numbuzin, this is amazing. This is the first serum that I got from them, and it's what made me kind of fall in love with their brand. This is the Protein 43% Creamy Serum. I bought this over the winter when my skin was just at its driest point, and I just want to show you the texture of this because even though it's a serum, look at how thick it is. It's just such a rich, creamy, like drink of water for your skin. It just feels so good, but yet it's not greasy or oily feeling. So when I put this on, my skin just instantly gets so nourished and it just gives me this beautiful glow. I love it. It's incredible. Again, I haven't felt the need to use it quite as much right now. I've been using the firming ones because now that it's summer, my skin goes from being very dry to kind of more normal to dry. I just don't need the moisture as much right now, but I'm definitely hanging on to this for the fall because that's going to be here before we know it. Another serum that I've used for years is the Real Ferment Micro Serum from Neogen. This is another K-beauty brand, and there's just something about this. It's kind of like a gel-like serum, and it has those fermented ingredients that just, I don't know, they really help to plump up my skin. It has this interesting texture that's almost a little bit bouncy. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but when I put this on, it has almost an instant firming effect, but it's also incredibly deeply hydrating again. Like, this is a very thick, rich serum. So it's another one that I really wear more often in the wintertime than now. So this is another one that I think I'm going to set aside just for the wintertime. I really don't need it right now. It's a little bit too thick and heavy. And again, like I mentioned at the end, I'll show you kind of like my summer skincare routine and what I've been doing right now. But this is definitely amazing if you have really dry skin. All right, so these last two, I think I'm probably going to declutter this one from Summer Fridays. I didn't use it very much. This is the Dream Oasis Deep Hydration Serum, and I mean, it is very hydrating, but I don't know. I just have so many others that I really love, and this is just like a basic hydrating serum. So I just feel like I don't need it. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this in the declutter pile. And then we have the Dermalogica Pro Collagen Banking Serum. I've noticed that this has become a little bit of a trend, collagen banking, which basically just means that it helps to preserve the collagen that you already have left in your skin. So I saw that, I think it was Neutrogena that just released at Ulta a collagen banking serum as well. To be honest with you, I don't know if it actually works or does what it says it will, but I do like the way that this makes my skin feel. It's very hydrating. Again, it's one of those like thicker serums that's not really super watery. It has almost a lotion-like texture to it, and it makes my skin feel not only hydrated, but really smooth as well. I do love the way it makes my skin feel. I don't know. I feel like I don't need another serum, but at the same time, I do enjoy using this. So I think I'll keep it as long as I have space for it. If I don't, then maybe I'll put this in the declutter as well. We'll have to see. All right, next up we have moisturizers. So I have about 14, 15 is actually a neck cream. So let me just start with that really fast. This is the Go Pure Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. I actually have a whole dedicated video on this, and this is just the neck cream that I've been using since I got it. So I'm probably, I don't know, like most of the way through the jar. I'm getting toward the bottom, and I really like it. I don't think it's a miracle by any means, but it's made more of a difference in my neck than other things that I've tried. So I did show before and after photos in that video, and I've continued to see slight results, but I don't think anything super dramatic. Still, I've used other neck creams that did nothing. So at least I feel like this is doing a little something. I really enjoy it, so I'm definitely keeping this. Then when it comes to just regular facial moisturizers, there are a couple that I can kind of pick out right away that I want to declutter. The first one is the Naturium Multi-Peptide Moisturizer. I talked about the serum version of this already, kind of breaking me out, and I felt like this did too. So I wasn't really a fan of this. The Nature Republic Snail Solution Cream. This is a huge jar, first of all. I really loved this when I first got it, and I thought it would be great because I love the snail mucin from CosRX, and I thought, you know, more couldn't hurt anything, right? But what I don't love about this is it pills under makeup. It took me a while to realize what product it was that was making my makeup pill all the time, and I finally narrowed it down to this, and once I took this out of my routine, it stopped. So it kind of has like a little bit of a sticky texture, and it just tends to ball up under anything that I put on top of it. So unfortunately, I just don't want to keep this because I wear makeup almost every day, and it's just not something that plays nicely with it. And even if I were to use it at night, which I know some of you guys are thinking just use it at night, but it balls up on itself. Like, I'll put this on and a little while later, if I touch my face, it just starts kind of coming off in clumps. It's a weird texture. So for whatever reason, it just doesn't work for me. Also, the Clinique Moisture Surge moisturizer, they sent this to me in PR, and the first couple times I used it, I really loved the texture. It's almost like a gel. It feels really good and it feels hydrating, but for some reason, it's just not enough hydration for my skin. I think it's probably better for like maybe normal skin types. I started to feel like it just didn't last throughout the day for me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one as well. And I kind of had the same experience with this one from Summer Fridays. This is their Rich Cushion Cream. Again, You would totally think that this would give you amazing hydration based on the name, but for some reason, I just felt like it was okay. It wasn't my favorite moisturizer, so I think I'm gonna declutter this one too. The Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream is my absolute favorite #1 moisturizer that I've been using forever, and I actually just finished this jar, so it's completely down to the bottom. I scraped every last little bit that I could. I will be repurchasing this for the fall and winter, but I feel like I can kind of get by without it right now because, again, in the summer my skin isn't super dry, so I've been using some of my lighter moisturizers and they've been totally fine. But I'm just going to get rid of this because it's empty, but otherwise I will 100% repurchase. This is my holy grail. This is my 3rd jar, I think, so I really, really love it. Another one that I think I can declutter is this new one from Kopari. Again, they just sent this to me, so I'm just going to gift it to somebody, but this is their Star Bright Vitamin C Moisturizer. Again, it says that it's a lightweight, gentle water gel cream, so it doesn't sound like it's really like something for dry skin. It's probably something that's a little bit too light for me, even in the summertime, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put this in the declutter. This one from FutureWise is their Slug Cream, and this is a super thick and rich moisturizer. I actually really like this. This is a drugstore brand, very affordable. I got it at Target, but I've also seen this at CVS, and this is like the thickest, richest moisturizer. I'll show you. It's incredibly hydrating. It's supposed to leave that layer on top to just kind of lock everything in. So it's just very, very rich. I don't think I'm going to use it now in the summertime, but definitely heading into the winter, I will still continue to use this. I really liked using it, especially at night. This one from Laneige I thought was really interesting. This is their Waterbank Blue Hyaluronic Intensive Moisturizer. So wait until you guys see how thick this is. This is one of the thickest moisturizers. It was so hard to even scoop some out of the jar. I should probably do the backwards nail thing because it's going to get all underneath my fingernail. But it is like the thickest. Look at this. It's almost like a body butter. It is so thick and rich. Yet for some reason, whenever I wore this, my skin felt extra dry. Like not at first, but after a few hours of wearing it, it just seemed like even though it's thick, it doesn't really give as much hydration as I was expecting it to. So this is another one that I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter. It just didn't really do anything for me. All right, so the rest of these I think I'm going to keep. Let's start with the Eucerin Q10 Anti-Wrinkle Cream. So this, again, something I've been using for a long time. I talked about this in a drugstore skincare video that I did, and so many of you guys said that you love it as well. It has such a beautiful, thick, rich texture. Again, with the nails, I don't want to like get it under there, but it just feels so nice. It's a little bit heavier, so I haven't used this much since the winter time, but it's something that I want to keep for sure and start using again in the fall. It has almost a little bit of a firming aspect to it, where when I put this on, it just makes my face kind of tighten up a little bit. It's wonderful. I really enjoy it a lot. Also, the Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream from Fresh is probably one of the closest things I can find to the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. It has that really dewy, again, super rich, thick texture. It's great for the winter time. Right now, I'm not using this. It's just a little too much. It also does smell like roses, so if you don't like the rose scent, you're probably going to want to avoid this. Rose isn't my favorite, but I like this cream so much, I don't really care. So I'm going to hang on to this one as well. In the summertime, these are the 3 that I've really been using the most. So first we have the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty Cream. So this one, even though it's rich and hydrating, it also is a little bit thinner. It has kind of this really light, fluffy texture. I feel like I've been putting so many things on my hand. But yeah, it's just this really light texture that sinks in immediately, but yet it still gives my skin that dewy glow that I really love. So this has been amazing. Definitely another great K-beauty find. I also love the Bloom Cream from Beekman 1802. This is another moisturizer that's just really light and fresh. I'll show you guys. You just kind of press down and it makes the little flower. It's so cute. I'm actually kind of running out of this. So this is another one that's just extremely lightweight, but at the same time, it gives enough moisture for my dry skin. So I kind of use these interchangeably. It's just whatever one I grab is the one that I use. I like them both equally. And then this is one that I got really recently, again, just before my no-buy toward the end of June. This is the Instant Angel Lipid Rich Facial Moisturizer from the brand Dew. And this is, again, very light, very thin. It's a nice summer weight texture, but it gives my skin enough hydration and just a really nice glow. So this is another one that I've been using a lot, pretty much every day since I got it. And then we have the City Beauty Advanced Action Sculpting Cream. This has also been a staple. It's one that I've had for years now, and I really love this for firming. I use it mainly at night, and this is actually a new jar of it, but I love this especially for firming the lower half of my face where I have like some jowls starting. This really does seem to tighten things up and has made a big difference with sagging and stuff. So this is mainly my nighttime moisturizer and what I've been using, like I said, for years and years now. So this stuff is great. Definitely hanging on to that as well. I also have 4 eye creams, and most of these I got really recently, so I feel like I'm probably gonna just hang on to them. The first one is from Clarins. This is their Total Eye Lift. This was sent to me in PR, and I've been using this a lot lately and really loving it. I feel like I haven't seen a lot in the way of like lifting yet, but I do think it hydrates my eye area really beautifully. So I'm just going to continue to use this and see what happens. Also, I got the Beauty of Joseon Revive Eye Serum. This is ginseng and retinol, which is retinaldehyde. It's a stronger form of retinol than the regular retinol that you would get in most skincare products over the counter. And so many people rave about this. Unfortunately, I felt like it dried out my eye area so much. I don't know if it's just me, but after using this under my eyes for only a couple of days, I noticed my eyes just looked extra wrinkled and like papery thin and almost like just extra dry. So I stopped using it, and I feel like I don't want to go back to it. Unfortunately, I know this is such a well-loved product. Everybody just raves about it. It just didn't work for me for one reason or another. And I guess now that I'm using the tretinoin, I really don't want to use another retinol product. So I'm going to put this one in the declutter. I also got this one really recently from Tier. This is their Collagen Lifting Eye Cream. So this might be like a more affordable alternative to the Clarins one because it's supposed to be a firming and lifting cream, and it has this little roller ball, which is really nice. You just kind of press the little button and it puts the cream on there, and then you just roll it under your eye, and it feels so nice. The ball feels really nice and cold, and it helps just to depuff. And this is a really nice lightweight cream as well. And then the third one that I have is from Haru Haru Wonder. This is their Black Rice Bakuchiol Eye Cream. So bakuchiol is supposed to be a retinol alternative. I know that there are studies that are showing that it's not really, and then, you know, there's like some debate about that ingredient. So I don't know if it really does what it says or not, but I haven't been using this for very long. It's just a nice middleweight cream. It's not too heavy or thick, but it's very nourishing, and it makes my under eyes look super hydrated and more plumped up. So I do like using this. And yeah, I think that's everything. So quickly, I just want to show you all what my summertime routine looks like and the products that I've been using the most lately. Okay, so starting in the morning, I'll use the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Cleansing Gel. Then I'll follow that with a toner. Usually it's, again, the Haru Haru toner. But if I want to exfoliate my skin a little bit, I'll grab the one from Numbuzin, which is the Hydrating Glow Mineral number 4. Or I have the new one from The Ordinary as well. So that would be in place of the Haru Haru one. Then next I would apply my serums, and usually I like to use the firming serums during the day. So I'll usually apply the Numbuzin Collagen Pudding, and then I always follow that up with the In Beauty Elastic Skin Serum after that. And then for moisturizer, like I said, I'm usually grabbing either the Bloom Cream from Beekman 1802 or the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty Cream. So that would kind of be like my morning routine. Again, swapping out this one if I don't want to exfoliate, or I would use this one if I did. Oh, and for eye cream, I usually use the Tier one in the morning just because it's a little bit lighter and less heavy than the Clarins. Then for nighttime, I'm using the La Roche-Posay Foaming Cleansing Oil as a first step. Then I typically use a spray toner just because, like I said, I'm in a hurry, so I'll use the Beekman one. or the Dalba one, or even if my skin feels extra dry, I'll use the one from CosRX, the milky one. So I'll use one of those three as my second step. Then as a third step, I like to use the Klairs Midnight Blue Youth Activating Drop. This is the one with all the peptides and the growth factors, and it's really watery light, just like a toner. Then I usually layer on my Snail Mucin cream after that, the Clarins Eye Lift for sure, and then I'll use the City Beauty Advanced Sculpting Cream. I also use my Go Pure Neck Cream morning and night, so I use this both times. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I use the Dew Instant Angel in the morning as well, typically. I feel like this applies really well under makeup, so sometimes I'll swap that out instead of using the Beauty of Joseon or the Bloom Cream from Beekman 1802. Also, last but not least, at night, I've also been using my Agency Future formula. So this is the tretinoin. Typically, I think you're supposed to use this as a serum, so like somewhere in the middle here. I like to use it actually on top of my moisturizer, and I read about this a while back. There was, I can't remember who it was now. It was a dermatologist here on YouTube, and they were saying that if you apply your tretinoin on top of your moisturizer, it's less likely to cause irritation because it has to kind of work its way down through the moisturizer. So it almost acts as a slow release instead of just going straight into your skin. It takes a little bit of time, like it works its way in overnight. So usually I'll put this on as kind of a final step, but as my skin adjusts to it, I may work it in more in the middle somewhere. So anyway, guys, that's everything. I'm gonna go ahead and bring all of this back in the bathroom, and let's see if what I'm keeping actually fits. All right, you guys, so I was able to do it. I even still have some extra room in my little storage thing here. So, you know, that doesn't mean I should add any more. I definitely have to just, you know, work through these as much as I can. By the way, I forgot about these. These are from Olaplex. I have their Lash Bond serum and also their brow serum. I forgot to mention them when I was going through my declutter, but yeah, these are great. They don't have any prostaglandins in them like a lot of lash growth serums have. So those are really awesome. I've been using them and really liking them so far. So anyway, I have all my toners and cleansers up top, my eye creams as well. I put the Dew moisturizer up here just because it doesn't fit anywhere else. And then I put, you know, a lot of my serums in here. I have my richer winter moisturizers in this one section because I'm not really using them right now. Some of my lighter moisturizers here. More serums in this section, and then more serums over here. I feel like I have serums the most. And then here's my Bloom Cream and the lactic acid treatment from Peach and Lily. So anyway, that's everything. My sink area just looks so much better than it did before. I love having this all cleaned up and everything just fitting in this one unit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and coming along with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of these skincare products down below. If you've used them, let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I really, truly appreciate it. And I will see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.